members. Thumbs going up from all the crew members, and the crowd roars. Look at the catch fence on the front straight. Crew members pulling. Austin Dillon out. He's walking. The damage to the floor of Kevin Harvick. What an incredible sight to see Austin Dillon walking away from that 3 car that is demolished.
Watch this replay. When he gets in the catch fence, the car comes to a complete stop. I've never seen a car stop that.
And again, they're going upwards of 190 miles an hour through the trial. We'll see where that car got up into the air and into the catch fence. And as you mentioned, it came to a stop right there.
That's the engine over there.
The fence is pulled away, but the cabling, the horizontal cabling is still intact. They try to keep the car, any large pieces of the car, on the racing surface and out of the stands or the walkway area there.
There is the engine. And what an incredible sight to see the thumbs going up from the crew members that were checking on Austin, and then Austin Dillon to walk away from that accident.
I believe that was Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s crew.
Safety crews continue to check on all of the drivers that were involved in this incident. Let's take another look. Dale Earnhardt Jr. crossing the start-finish line, winning the race, but then the accident takes place behind him.
Yeah, the 11 gets kind of stuck in the middle there and comes across the force bumper. As he does, he spins back in, gets the 3 airborne, and he just gets projected off the other cars right up into the fence.
He went from the bottom of the racetrack over 2 rows of cars and into that catch fence.
Here we go. You can see him on the bottom. Rex starts in front. He runs in the back of the 24. Gets up on the 11. Now he's on top of the 54.5. And now he's just along the ride. Now watch the car stop. Watch the car stop. It gets into those poles. And it goes from, I don't know what, 180, 190 miles an hour, I'm just guessing, to a complete stop. That is unbelievable.
And it looks like that's 3,500 pounds. That stock car is extremely heavy. You see here after he's upside down, the 2 is spinning. Obviously, he's already lost control, makes more contact with the 3.
Poor Austin Dillon.
11 of the 4 to get together. Here we are at the start-finish line.
It just pushes the 3 up into the air enough that it rolls over the top of the car. And then that momentum just continues to move him into the catch fence.
I believe that white car right there is Brendan Gong. I think so.
It's right along with Kevin Harvick.
And you look at Kevin Harvick, as much as he wants to get to the start-finish line, as he sees the 11 start to spin, he's out of the gas. It's just line after line of car pushing everyone through there.
Take another look at this real time. Celebration, but a celebration nonetheless. Dale Earnhardt Jr. back in victory in Daytona.
Congratulations, Dale.
And Junior, I know your first reaction was not as you applaud your team, your crew. Your first reaction
reaction wasn't, hey, we won. Your first reaction is you were worried about Austin Dillon and everyone else.
Yeah, it scared the hell out of me, I'll be honest with you. I saw the whole thing happen. You know, you're looking in the mirror the whole last lap, and saw Danny get turned. I guess that's kind of how it started. That was terrifying to watch. You know, a wreck like that's got such a high potential for someone to get injured, and you saw the car get high and get into the fence, and you just worry about everybody else in the grandstands and all that stuff. You just don't want to see that happen. So, you know, it was a touch and go there for several moments, and I'm so thankful. I'm more thankful that everybody's okay than to be standing here at Victory Lane, that's for sure.
Talk about the win for your race team, though. The car looked so dominant, especially on restarts. How key was that this evening?
Just great motors. Guys in the engine shop do such a good job, so I got to thank all those guys. My 88 boys, all the guys at the shop, they put together such good cars. This car is one we want Talladega with. It's going to get retired one of these days. Hopefully we get to keep using it. Hopefully the boss man doesn't put it in the barn yet. But I want to thank Nationwide, Diamond Mountain Dew, Kelly Blue Book, Chevrolet Sprint, and Microsoft, one of our new partners, for everything they do. I had a lot of fun tonight. You hate to see that kind of a wreck at the end. You don't want to see anybody be put in danger like that. So I'm just so thankful that all the drivers were okay and shook us up pretty good. I think, you know, we got down there at the end of pit road and Jimmy come up to me, and the first thing he said was, you know, how wild was that and how scary was that? We weren't even, you know, really shaking hands about the win or nothing. I hate to see that. So just so thankful that nobody's hurt. It's a very close call there.
The vibration on that last run, how worried were you? Because you know drivers get, when you're leading like that and have a dominant car like that, it's easy to get worried.
When you're really running good, you start to hear all the noises and everything that the car probably is already making. You just don't really pay attention to them. We had a right rear tire going flat on the first run of the day. I was getting tight. Air pressure coming out of the right rear, making the car tight. I didn't really have a vibration, but we were thinking we just needed to work on the balance of the car, but it was weird to be tight leading the race. So to find out that the right rear tire was going down, that was a bit of a blessing in disguise, so we didn't work on the balance of the car too much. Put tires on it and started driving great. The team car hit the wall over there, and we drove through it under caution, the first car through it. And I had a vibration immediately after that restart, and it was real tight, so I thought, well, it feels just like that right rear tire going down again. So I just been ready for it, and I wanted to run the wall in case it did blow out. I wouldn't have far to go before I hit anything. But all those guys were getting racy, so I had to start protecting the bottom some. Apparently it was just a gremlin, but the car was a little bit tight on the balance side. Leading, it just shouldn't be that way. So that was an abnormal thing. It's still very fast. Had to block a lot, but I had to pick my lanes and get pushes from the guys that were coming. And did what I had to do. You know, race everybody real hard. You got to run real hard and defend every single position, whether it's a teammate or anybody, your best friends out there. You got to run them all real hard to win these things here.
Dale Earnhardt Jr. certainly happy to be in Victory Lane, but more importantly, just happy that all the drivers on the track were fine in that big accident.
Yeah, and the crew that were standing behind Dale here in Victory Lane, they were the first ones to Austin Dillon because they were right there in that first pit stall. As we look at Austin Dillon's number 3, the tow truck is going to take whatever is left of that car back to the garage. We look at the grandstands. Again, the safety personnel attending to, we've heard 3 fans in the grandstands. Look at the catch fence and what is left of it. The steel cables going through, making sure that trying to keep as much of that car inside the racing area as they could on the track. There's the end of the race once again.
We talk about how soft walls and impact there, but the catch fencing, as it gives, it needs to give to a point. It just kind of grabs.
You can hear the roar of that crash too.
And an explosion when that car hits that fence. You can hear it. You can almost feel it.
That was a 62 for Brendan Gong.
There's Tony Stewart. The car will go right over the top Tony.
If you know where to put it, there you go, and get to where you want to go. So it's good choices, but the car's got to be able to make that happen.
You've never seen a car stop at that rate. I mean, go from that fast to essentially zero.
And the first words out of his mouth were unbelievable. What do you think?
Man, I mean, it was unbelievable. It's just really tight racing, and you just can't drive over the left rear people. They wreck every time. That's what happens. So I'm just so proud of my Hillman Racing team, my Snap Fitness Chevy. We're so fast on these super speedways, and we can run up front. We've proved it. So I'm proud of our finish.
Second favorite driver right there.
Have to build another car, and we'll go to Talladega and be even faster.
From your perspective behind the steering wheel, what did you see?
I mean, it just looked like the 11 was fighting for space, and the car behind him either ran him over or the 11 came down on him, one or the other. But it just, that kind of left rear combination doesn't work. That's just kind of what causes wrecks here. So it's just tight racing. I mean, I was kind of in it earlier on the backstretch with the 55 car, and I just clipped him and tried to get out of the way and spun him out, and it just happened. So, but it's fun racing, and I'm glad that everybody's okay. I think. I hope everybody's okay. I know Austin. I think he's going to be all right. But it's just it's quite a show.
We are still waiting for Austin to emerge from the care center. Still waiting out here, Dave.
Jeff Gordon is on pit lane, hopped out of his race car. Jeff, describe what you've been watching here.
Oh my gosh, chaos, man. It's crazy. Just, I'm so glad Austin Dillon's okay. That's a violent wreck, and I hope the fans are okay as well. But that was a crazy one. It's going to be crazy. I mean, right from the start, I thought it was a wild race. There was just a lot of action and crazy stuff going on. Our exhaust Chevrolet was excellent. It was so good. A couple moves here and there. It's so hard to predict these races and what line to be in. One time they came up the middle, I thought that was the place to be. And Trevor Bayne got to the outside of me, and that lane was going. And so, that's all it takes is just that little split-second decision. One move to go your way, not go your way, and we kind of got shuffled back. But making pretty good ground there behind Harvick. We were pushing like crazy, just wide open. It's clearly like a video game out there these days, except for it's real life. And it's crazy. It's really crazy. I love Daytona. This place has been amazing for me. Can't believe that this is my final race here. But after going through that experience, I'm glad I only have one more restrictor plate race left.
Yeah, you kind of passed on those early on in your announcements. Jeff, your teammate was dominant. But did you ever think there was a time here, maybe just for my last Daytona, this car is good enough to get me to victory lane?
I think all the Hendrick cars were strong enough to win, but Dale's so good. You get him up front, and he's just so good. He's picking the lanes, controlling the race, and he's got a fast race car as well, but he does an excellent job. Congrats to those guys. The restarts, everything, he just did it right, and came away with a great victory for him and for Hendrick Motorsports.
Jeff Gordon, unofficially 6th here tonight, right?
Yeah.